The Śūraṅgama Sutra, Volume 8, 50. When they are possessed entirely of emotion, they sink into the avicii hell. If in their minds they slander the Mahayana, defame the Buddha's pure precepts, irrationally speak Dharma, are greedy for offerings from the faithful, recklessly accept the respect of others, commit the 5 rebellious acts and the 10 major offenses, then they are further reborn in avicii hell throughout the 10 directions. Although one receives one's due according to the evil karma one has created, a group can undergo an identical lot, and there are definite places where it occurs. Ananda, it all comes from the karmic responses which living beings themselves invoke. They create 10 habitual causes and undergo 6 interacting retributions. What are the 10 causes? Ananda, the first consists of the habit of lustful intercourse, which gives rise to mutual rubbing. When this rubbing continues without cease, it activates a tremendous, raging fire. Just as warmth arises between a person's hands when he rubs them together, because these 2 habits set each other ablaze, there come into being the iron bed, the copper pillar, and other such experiences. Therefore the Tathagatas of the 10 directions look upon the act of lust and name it the fire of desire. Bodhisattvas avoid desire as they would a fiery pit. The second consists of the habit of greedy scheming, which gives rise to a suction. When this suction occurs without cease, it produces intense cold and solid ice where freezing occurs. Just as a sensation of cold is experienced when a person draws in a blast of wind through his mouth, because these 2 habits clash together, there come into being cold hell, such as chattering, whimpering, and shuddering, blue, red, and white lotuses, and other such experiences. Therefore the Tathagatas of the 10 directions look upon excessive seeking and name it the water of greed. Bodhisattvas avoid greed as they would a sea of pestilence. The third consists of habits of arrogance and resulting friction which give rise to mutual intimidation. When it accelerates without cease, it produces torrents and rapids which create restless waves of water. Just as water is produced when a person continuously works his tongue in an effort to taste flavors, because these 2 habits incite one another, there come into being the river of blood, the river of ashes, the burning sand, the poisonous sea, the molten copper which is forced down one's throat, and other such experiences. Therefore the Tathagatas of the 10 directions look upon self-satisfaction and name it drinking the water of stupidity. Bodhisattvas avoid arrogance as they would a huge deluge. The fourth consists of habits of hatred which give rise to mutual defiance. When this defiance binds one without cease, one's heart becomes so hot that it catches fire, and the molten vapors turn into metal. From it is produced the mountain of knives, the iron cudgel, the tree of swords, the wheels of swords, axes and halberds, and spears and saws. It is like when a person harbors a grudge and the urge to kill surges forth. Because these 2 habits clash with one another, there come into being castration and hacking, beheading and mutilation, filling and sticking, flogging and beating, and other such experiences. Therefore the Tathagatas of the 10 directions look upon hatred and name it sharp knives and swords. Bodhisattvas avoid hatred as they would a massacre. The fifth consists of habits of deception and misleading involvements which give rise to mutual guile. When such maneuvering continues without cease, it produces ropes for strangling and wood for imprisoning. It is like how grass and trees grow in an irrigated field. Because the two habits perpetuate one another, there come into being handcuffs and fetters, cangs and locks, whips and clubs, sticks and cudgels, and other such experiences. Therefore the Tathagatas of the 10 directions look upon deception and name it a treacherous crook. Bodhisattvas fear deception, as they would a savage wolf.